These boys push me to go my hardest and bring out, the best of me every day. So, I feel like as being a young buck and being around them, I know where we are as a team and I know what we can bring. So, I just want to come and just reiterate that, the job's not finished.
Did you sort of feel at that moment that things were down, that guys needed some kind of a lift or some motivation?
Yeah, after taking something like that, being in the predicament, you never know what's going to go, but we got to just trust in God, and that was my biggest thing. God has a plan, and we just got to trust in Him and just keep going.
What were those first practices like when you guys didn't know yet where you were playing, who you were playing, what you were going to be playing for?
Those first practices, it was just like you said, we didn't know, but I think we picked it up, and we was like, man, we always talk about there's a big faith here in God, and I think we just had to reiterate that the job's not finished, and there's still a lot to be done, and we got a chance now. We just got to keep our heads down and keep going.
Were you talking to everybody to address the team before the practice? Was it after, during, the middle?
No, it was more just a conversation with myself and my family. As being a kid, a young buck, being kind of shy. It was just something I felt like, and I think something God pretty much just told me one day, like, hey, this is it's your chance to just bring the team back together, and I took that chance and ran with it.
Have you always been comfortable in those spaces, or was that something that's been developed over the last couple of years?
I think that was something that's been developed not the last couple of years, but just in my life, really. There's been moments in my life where I had to get out of my comfort zone and use my voice that God gifted me with, and keep going.
JT, for the first time all year, you're going to be the underdog. How different do you think it'll be for you guys? Will that be refreshing? Do you think it'll be helpful? That we are going to be, most people aren't expecting us to win, and we can play free.
Yeah, I think, there's going to be a lot of stuff out there, but I think we just got to know what we got to do. We come in practice every day knowing that, hey, it's about us, it's about playing Buckeye ball, and just trusting the process, the technique, and just keep going.
When there's that much talent on the field on both sides, four and five-star guys, what is the biggest difference maker when you get into a game like that with a team like Georgia that, from a talent perspective, it's going to be close?
Man, have fun. It's a big game, and it's a great game to play in. I think, it's just, treat it like any other game, man. Just go out there, have fun, play your ball, and just go out there, have fun, man, really.
JT, what have y'all emphasized defensively coming out of that Michigan game, though, the mistakes that were made that were glaring, et cetera? What has just been the emphasis over the last couple of weeks about rectifying that, or whatever words you would use to describe it?
Yeah, we just out there, we just came back, watched film, and just really just pay attention to the things, the little things, and now we're just motivated even more. Just at the same time, just keep our head down, and what's the word? Craft. Just keep on crafting, keep getting your talents better as a team and as a whole.
Yeah, when you spoke to the team like you did that come literally from your gut? Explain where that comes from. When you just feel compelled, hey, somebody's got to say something here.
It came from God. I woke up one day and I just had something in my heart that I felt like I just needed to say something, and I asked the older boys for their for their thoughts of a young guy speaking, and they all ran me with that time to give me the opportunity to talk, and I thank them for trusting me. Even though I'm a sophomore, thank you to them and the coaches for trusting me and allowing me to say something.
JT, that's a captain moment. When you came here, obviously, 5-star recruit, all of the accolades. A lot of people think you want to be here 3 years, get to the NFL. Did you always have trying to become a captain in mind, and do you feel like you're on your way there?
Yeah, growing up, it was I wasn't very loud or talkative like that, but big props to my dad for always and my family really for always just letting me know, like, hey, you have a voice and it's powerful, and you guys got to keep using it. Like I said, God gifted me with a lot of talents, and you got to use it.
JT Ryan said that he wants you guys to play loose and aggressive. Is there a different approach to practice, during the year and now?
Yeah, I think it's always been the same. It's always comes down to us, and we got to keep perfecting our craft and keep getting better, and just having fun with each other. You never know what happens, but I'm gonna make sure that we always have fun and we're always gonna just go out there and play Buckeye ball.
JT, when you watch Georgia's offensive line, what stands out to you about them?
Georgia's a great team overall. There's a reason they're in the top, they're number one, and there's a reason. They're a great team, and it's going to be a fun one.
What do you look at as the things that maybe you guys weren't able to do against Michigan that you need to do to beat Georgia?
I think, we're just focused on Georgia right now. They're both very different teams, but I think we just got to, just continue to watch film and continue to get better.
What are your impressions of Stetson Bennett?
He's a great quarterback. You've seen guys what he does on the field, and he's a great kid, great leader, and a great player overall.
And he's elusive, and obviously that's been an issue at times. How important is it for you guys to contain him, not let him outside the pocket?
Yeah, we're gonna continue to go over everything and continue to be in that film room and locked in, and continue to get better every day.
JT, out of Michigan, essentially the game comes down to 5 explosive plays that Michigan makes. How has that, obviously you're frustrated by it, can you walk us through the lessons learned from that game about consistency and sometimes take risks and get burned and that sort of thing, but what about the way that Michigan won that game do you think will in some ways benefit you moving forward?
Yeah, there's a lot of learning lessons from that game, but right now it's all on Georgia to know what we can fix and what we can control, and just continue to get better and stay with each other, and get ready as a team for this game.
Are these the kind of games that you envisioned yourself playing in when you came here to Ohio State?
Yeah, I keep talking to my mom about it. I always dreaming about playing these games as a kid. Growing up watching these games and watching these big games, it's just been a dream come true, really. We're not there, but just thinking about it, I always sat in front of TVs and told my parents, like, man, I envision myself playing in here. God willing, now I have the chance, but it's all God's work just getting me here.
How early in that week did you guys make that transition after the Michigan loss? How early in the week did you start to realize, like, well, there actually is still this outside chance? Like, did that help the mood at all around the team?
For me, it was right after, and talking to my parents, I knew we had a chance, and all we had to do was just trust in God and just keep everybody motivated, keep everybody uplifted, and just trust in Him.
Where were you watching the U.S.? Did it as a team? I saw some tweets and those kind of things. Like, so where were you watching USC? Was it when they lost that you kind of thought, okay, we might get in, or was it something you weren't sure at that point?
It was. I knew we had a chance, but for me, I wasn't watching it on anybody's downfall. I was more watching it just, I love the game of football, and I was watching by myself. And once the clock hit 0, and we were all texting each other like, hey, we got a shot. We got to keep each other motivated. We got to keep pushing each other and stay together and stay as one.
I apologize if you already answered this, but what was your message for the team in that moment?
A little brief one. I told them my little Bible scripture. It's humans plan the course, but God plans makes the steps. And we never know what the outcome may be, but I know the man above always has a plan, and we may not know how that plan is going, but as long as we trust in Him and give Him all the glory and just keep going. And hey, look how it turned out. But it's all with Him, and it's all God's plan.
This is your first time really as a Buckeye being an underdog. How does that change your mentality? How have you seen that change the team's mentality?
Motivated. It's just for me. It's always fun being an underdog, and it creates a chip on your shoulder. But at the same time, we just got to go out there, have fun, and play Buckeye ball.
Is there a sense that you guys are playing a road game, if you will? You know what I'm saying? Athens is like a little over an hour away. This is almost a home game for them. Have you guys taken that kind of approach? Like, you might be up against it a little bit when playing in the.
Yeah. It's part of the game. Playing and that's the first thing I looked at is Chick-fil-A Bulls in Atlanta. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great atmosphere, and it's gonna be one you always dreamed of playing.
There's a popular belief that the SEC is the football school in the country. So when you get an opportunity to play a team from the SEC, specifically one as high-powered as Georgia, you kind of view this as also maybe representing the Big Ten and being able to show people how powerful the Big Ten conference is as well?
Yeah, I know SEC has always been the high horse, but I think we just got to stay grounded and know what we have to do as a unit and just go perform the best of our ability.
JT, how much has the defensive line missed a healthy Mike Hall for the last half of the season?
And Mike is a big contributor to our team, and Mike, he does everything. We have a lot of dudes on our team, and he's just also that piece of our puzzle. And missing him, Mike was out there doing his thing. We always love the energy. He always is just keeping us up tempo, and with him and Teron's energy in the middle, along with everybody else. He's just that spark plug.
How important is it to get him healthy then for the Georgia game, like this time?
Oh, very. He's part of our whole defense. It's 11 of us, and it's we're as a whole, and he's an important aspect of our defense.
We've heard it called a new season, a new lease on life. Shot you down. How would you describe that feeling, walking off the field against Michigan, now knowing that every goal is still in front of you?
It was a big loss, but after going through everything and seeing how the outcome played out, for me and my family here, it's been like, hey, we got a shot, we got an opportunity. Let's go do this thing, man. Let's just put it all out there.
There's a lot of motivation to play in this. Obviously, it's the college football playoff, but knowing that there might be a chance after this to maybe have a rematch of sorts, you gotta at least think about that a little bit as a motivating factor, right?
Yeah. Right now, it's our game is set against Georgia, Chick-fil-A Bowl, and we're focused on that right now.
Their offensive line, Stetson Bennett hasn't got hit much. I think he hasn't taken a sack in like 5 games. When you watch that offensive line, how is that possible? What are they doing that maybe makes them that much of a challenge to generate pressure against?
And they do a lot of great things. They're great as a whole, and they're very smart, athletic, and I think we just have to trust our process, trust Coach Jay and Coach Knowles, and just go out there and just be relentless, have fun, and play fast.
JT, when recruits are on campus and they're picking your ear about whatever, how often does NIL come up, and what do you tell them?
For me, I just tell them, hey, trust your gut and trust in God. If you don't know where you want to go, if you don't know what you want to do, God is the answer to everything. And I feel like I tell them that within everything is just, hey, trusting your parents, trusting your family, and trusting God most importantly.
Does it come up, because there's a lot of talk out there that other schools are promising recruits money up front, whereas Ohio State is not doing it? Does that come up much where they ask you about that?
I'm not involved with that. I just get my little 2 piece in and just hey, there's a reason you guys are here, and God bless you with this opportunity, and just continue to take your time and have fun and trust the process.
JT, the landscape of college football has changed a lot over the last several years, transfer portal especially. How does that serve as a distraction? How do you keep that on the wayside as players are saying they're going to enter the transfer portal, and how do you keep Georgia at the forefront?
I just stay grounded and keep the main thing, and just pray for everybody. Just make sure everybody is. You never know what everybody's plan is, but as long as I know that trusting in God and just keep praying over everyone, that's all I can do.
So after the Michigan loss, obviously people are bummed. You guys think the season's been altered. Maybe you're not going to get to go to the playoff. How much of a confidence shot is it though? Like, does it make you guys sort of question how good you are at that point, and how did you guys get pushed through that in a pretty short amount of time to get back where you need to be mentally?
We're on the platform right now, this practice field. It's been us against our own dudes, and we continue to push each other and continue to get each other better. Go in there, watch film, and come out here and get each other better. Whether it's after work with DeJuan and Paris, we just always trying to get each other better. Whether it's sets, moves, we're out here, we're the only ones in here, and we're going to be the ones that are perfecting each other's craft and getting each other better as a unit.
JT, today we've talked to 4 different people, maybe 5. I think I've heard the phrase "do your job" about 3,000 times so far. Has that been
a point of emphasis the last few weeks? Like the plan was in place and we just have to finish it, or is that a change from early in the season? I don't think I've heard it being really referenced. Like
no, yeah, that's been our main thing. You know, all year it's just you know, you don't have to be Superman. Let the game come to you, do your job, and and you know, everything's gonna work out. And I think right now is just, we gotta do that, hold each other accountable, and keep going.
Tanner mentioned that in the game against Michigan, he felt at times like he was trying to do too much and make a big play instead of making a deep play. Was that something that you guys felt like as a man, to a man, that was an issue?
I mean, yeah, but I think right now it's just, you know, we gotta perfect those things and perfect watch Georgia, watch the game, and just learn, continue to learn, continue to perfect our craft as defense, as a family here.
Do you think it's weird that Stetson Bennett was born the same year that Lamar Jackson was, and is still playing college football?
I mean, I didn't really know that until it came all over the internet, but you know, everybody, God has a plan for everybody, and yeah, man.
JT, when you watch Bennett, he's not the fastest guy, but he's able to just kind of like dodge the rush in a way that you don't necessarily see a lot of quarterbacks do. How does that change how you guys have to approach him in terms of your rush, your angles? I mean, how does that change your job when you're facing a quarterback who's good at kind of making the first guy miss?
You know, we just have to trust Coach J's plan. You know, Stetson's a great quarterback. You know, there's a reason he was a Heisman finalist. You know, I think, you know, out here, CJ does a great job just getting us ready. But, you know, at the same time, we just have to, you know, trust in Coach J and keep going over film and keep working.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.